Hi everyone, it's just me here today, so apologies for the dodgy camera work at the start. I wasn't going to do a video, but I thought, what the hell, it's more like me having a chat with you guys just to see what your feelings are. But firstly, we'll start off with today's top tip. So, this looks pretty rancid and yeah, it's flat and it's beer still. So, the reason it's flat is because when I get towards the end of a pinter, you've normally got a fair idea because it gets very, very light, that you've hardly got any beer left in it. So I normally leave it in the fridge or even leave it out, it doesn't really matter. And not clean it out until I'm ready to put another brew on, because I find that if you finish a brew, empty it and clean it, when you go to have to put another brew on, you're going to have to clean it again. So better just to do it once. So I would always leave it, a little beer inside. There's no air getting in, it's just CO2 and a bit of flat beer. Clean it once, stick a new brew on, it's all tickety-boo. So, top. Now, I'm just about to, in fact, yes, I've just undocked the Brew Gooder Hazy IPA. And I really hope that it's good because I've got 3 of them in the fridge. After undocking it though, the trub was good, it was well carbonated, it foamed up like it normally does, and it all looked good, except it looked a little bit watery. And there's been a lot of chat recently, and if I really think back, like, a lot of you guys will know that I was over in London tail end of last football season anyway to go and see Arsenal. I know, boo, anyway. And then we threw away the title, but anyway. I was over anyway, and I was only down the road. If you know, Emirates is 2 stops away from from Pinter, so I invited myself along and I met up with the guys and it was great, and they're a really nice bunch of guys. They work really, really hard. But it was at the time of the changeover to the new packs, and particularly the new sugars. I was fortunate enough though to be invited along to taste, they were brewing it anyway, so to taste their new beer, which at the time was Roadie. Now, we all know what Roadie came out like when we started brewing it, and it was just meh. It was alright, it was just fizzy, pretty tasteless, not much character, it was alright. The Roadie I tasted in Pinter was not like that at all. The Roadie I tasted in Pinter was one of the nicest beers I've ever had come out of a Pinter. It was also the first time I'd seen a new tap. So I'm not too sure whether they used the older style sugar or the newer style sugar to make the one that I tasted, but when it came out, obviously it was the newer style stuff when it was mass produced, and it was a bit meh, like a lot of the other beers have been since. Yes, it brews quickly, it brews cleanly, whatever that means, but I feel like a lot of the beers have certainly lost a bit of character. What has sort of tipped me off to it is that I regularly, on a Sunday morning, would take bottles of my Pinter samples to the guys that I play golf with and let them try it. And I was quite proud because they were like, oh yeah, oh, that's amazing. Oh, I used to bottle it, a bit of sediment at the bottom, but that's no big deal. Bottle it, take it to them, and they were really impressed. I got one of the guys into Pinter. In fact, a couple of the guys actually started brewing Pinter. But you know what? I don't do that anymore. And that's a bad sign. But we're gonna condition now, and I'll do another video for just a quick one for the taste test of the hazy IPA. I love a hazy IPA. We'll see what it's like. I'm gonna give Pinter one more chance with the sugar, and I'm gonna do a good old-fashioned space hopper. If this is rubbish, there's something deeply wrong. Bit of customer feedback is, I think since you changed to the liquid sugars, things have all gone a bit downhill. And especially, I mean, if you're paying, I know going to Witherspoons isn't the, seem to be a but a pint of Doom Bar in Witherspoons is £2.55. Hazy IPA is £22 for 10 pints, if you get that all out of it. I was lucky enough, I got no problem pouring all 10 pints out of this particular one, but you're still talking £2 a pint for basically what is pretty much homebrew. But it's a nice hobby to have, and I don't mind paying that as long as it's decent, as long as it's got a bit of something about it. It's just not slightly alcoholic fizzy water, because I know guys have been having trouble with ABVs not hitting the mark. But bit of customer feedback is something's not right. I think it's the sugars. Something's not. When they're brewing out, they're just losing everything. I don't know. Anyway, we'll please feed that back to Pinter and put your comments down below. If you guys are feeling the same, how have your beers been doing? Have they been? I mean, Pinter 3's been working fantastic. They've all been carbonated. They've all had a good trub. Just what comes out of it isn't great. It's a bit like cheap lager. The mass-produced stuff you buy in the supermarket when you're really stint and you can't afford anything else. So, guys, stick your comments down below. It's good to see you. Bit of a rant from me, and I'll just finish off my rather flat. Yeah, it's alright. Thanks. That's actually got a bit more character now that it's gone flat, and the hoppiness has gone out of it. That was a West Coast edition, I think, or something. It was one of the hoppy ones. Now the hops has gone out of it a bit. It's actually a bit nicer. So, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon.